Are you ready to go all in with the Evolution for Saturday night main event? Well, you wanted Ringside Renaissance. Well, you got it. This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. Jesse, ring the bell.
Hi, James.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode of Ringside Renaissance. And we're here with the RRW Weekly Review. And we got way too much to cover today.
Ooh.
Way too much to talk AEW, WWE, the Women's Evolution 2, AEW All In from Texas, big style. And of course, WWE Saturday Night Main Event and the last episodes of Smackdown and Raw. And to do that, I got the best co-host, the best friend, the best tag team partner in the world, right there. Pretty, deadly, Jesse. Oh. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Complex Jones. Pop. We're back.
It's amazing. We have such a week of pro wrestling this weekend. This weekend is stacked to the limits. Don't adjust your phones, your iPods, your computers, your TV screens. This isn't counter programming. This is the Ringside Renaissance. We're here to cover it all. I love how a lot of people think that we don't follow AEW. We do, and we're going to talk about AEW today. Wow. What a great week. What a great week. I mein, like you said, we had SmackDown and Raw this past week, which was, Raw was actually pretty electric. I really enjoyed Raw this week. Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Don't be so surprised. I thought it flowed really well.
I disagree.
Okay.
No, I mean, I guess it flowed well. I just thought it was kind of underwhelming to a certain extent because my boy CM Punk was not there.
Yeah.
Even though we heard the chants.
We all know in the IWC why Kombat Jones has found AEW underwhelming for the past 2 years. It's because CM Punk hasn't been there.
No, really? Is that the case? No. Oh, IWC treating AEW like a church service. You know, you can't question the booking, or Tony Khan might cry into his forbidden door.
Yeah.
You know,
and the same people that say that AEW is miles ahead, the better product, are the same people that are complaining when WWE schedules something the same night. Well, if it's a better product, why worry about it? Doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, sounds like you're a little scared over there, James.
Yeah, James, and here I got one for you to make you happy. You know, sometimes even the WWE simps are, calling every match a banger when it's just LA Knight doing elbow drops and sound pops.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, this is a little bit of equal opportunity.
Yeah,
offensiveness.
And I'm going to say equal opportunity. American crowds at pro wrestling events suck. I am so over the American crowds, man, just popping and singing along to everything and cheering for the heel, then cheering for the baby face, all in the same match. It's like, you guys got to know your role. This is getting, I want to start watching it on mute. But shout out to Corey Graves, who's been on Raw with Michael Cole. Corey Graves, you've been killing it. And I got to say, like, as much as I love Pat McAfee, Corey Graves is just, he's just his own person and just does his own thing. I really, really enjoy it. I'd like to see him as a play-by-play and not just a color commentator, because I think he could handle that very well too.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad if they actually had all three, because it would just work. It almost flows a little bit better with Corey Graves, and Pat McAfee tends to kind of take the show to himself sometimes, with what he's doing. He's kind of like a sideshow act with it, which isn't bad. But then sometimes people are they feel it's like a little overbearing, I guess, to a certain extent. But we still love Pat McAfee, even though his boy Hallie is going to be out the whole season next year. That's what they're saying now. Yeah. So hopefully that's not the same for Jason Tatum too. That would be horrible.
It is.
New York Knicks. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so we got to get into wrestling real quick. Smackdown really not too much went on. There was some, like announcements or like setting up for this coming weekend. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, were in the ring, and Cody I promised you, Randy, that at SummerSlam. Do you think that lisp is like intentional because Dusty Rhodes had one? Like, I'm starting to think that like he like over embellishes it because of Dusty
sometimes.
Rhodes. Because if you hear him on What Do You Want to Talk About, it's not as prevalent. Like,
right. And What Do You Want to Talk About is hilarious too. A lot of times he's pretty funny on there.
Cody getting drunk and rambling. Yeah.
Yes, the episode with his wife. I mean, the one with Kevin Owens episode was great. Kevin Owens was great. They were hilarious. He was just getting at Matt Cardona or Zach Rapp the whole time, and They kind of go off the script a little. I'm surprised that the WWE lets them do it, but I guess it's part of this new thing. Like we got the new show coming out soon.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, we'll see how far behind the scenes they really go. I don't think they're going to go as far as some people think they will. I think it's going to be like it's going to kind of be backdated to a certain extent where it's not going to like really ruin stuff too much because it's like already in the past and you already moved on and there's new storylines that we're seeing at the time in WWE. So I think it might not ruin it in that sense. Like we kind of thought maybe.
I love the AEW faithful saying it's going to kill the business when your two saviors literally wrote a book and had a slogan killing the business and had a YouTube show being the elite that showed everything behind the scenes, and AEW had a show on TNT showing the behind the scenes far before this. But yeah, I don't agree with it. I'm not going to watch it. It's just my choice. I kind of like to suspend my disbelief a little bit and not really have the curtain all the way pulled back for me. So we've talked about it before. I try to stay off the dirt sheets as much as possible. And
so you prefer the glory
stuff.
holes.
If I see spoilers online, I steer away from him. So is that a Gene Simmons hat?
It is. Yes.
That is amazing. I just noticed you're wearing that.
Yes. So what you're saying is you like to suspend your disbelief is you don't like to see what's behind the glory hole afterwards.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
When the dong comes through, I like to imagine it's a girl's dong. So
okay, I respect it. I respect it. Yeah.
I just imagine it's a
BDE
chick one.
either way. BDE, BDE. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. So Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton were talking in the ring, and we got the return of Drew McIntyre, who's been out for some time, and he comes in the ring, and
pop, massive
what a
pop.
What
it was my favorite part of SmackDown for the most part.
Far and away,
of almost this whole week of WWE was him returning, I think, and then his shirt too. I said I'm done buying WWE AEW merch for right now, wrestling merch. But goddamn, I want that shirt. He turned the board at work into a T-shirt, which should have been done like a year ago, probably, or even more. But shout out to him there. Good idea.
Which is cool because it eventually set up. We heard from Nick Aldis that it's going to be Orton versus Drew McIntyre at Saturday night's main event, which is going to be a killer match. I mean, both dudes can go. Drew's probably going to win. Spoiler alert. But I'm excited to see Drew back. He was a workhorse last year with the whole CM Punk feud, and even beyond that with the Damian Priest feud this year. I think it really works, and I think that it's going to be... There's only 3 matches, I think, announced for Saturday night's main event, and all 3 of them are kind of like high-profile matches. So it's going to be really cool to see Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton take the stage in that aspect. And I think it hangs with the other matches that are on the card. So shout out to Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre who are going to get that done.
Yeah. And if you haven't hit the like button, go down there and hit the like button and subscribe if you ain't already. Ringside Renaissance Riders.
Nice plug. Nice plug. And what's
Thank
going to get us at one dislike from a certain Screen Squad member is that the Wyatt Sucks won this week, and that really sucks. That was my low point in wrestling this week. I don't understand anything that's going on with them. So at first they were supernatural. Now they're not supernatural. Now they're just creepy.
Now they're just going after all the tag teams, face and heel in the WWE.
Yeah, when that wasn't
just
their mission
matched
at
up.
first.
Yeah, there's no cryptic messages of why they're going after these people. None of these people deserted their family or deserted their factions or their groups or nothing. They just want to smoke with everybody.
I love how quickly, and it's for any fan base, right? Like the Defenders come out and try to switch their story up. If somebody doesn't stick to their agenda and I'll say their campaign promises as they were, and switch them up and change up what they're gonna do, but oh no, they're sticking to the agenda. They're still gonna defend these people to the end, and it's really funny to see that kind of play out in real time in the real world and professional wrestling.
Better watch your mouth before you end up in Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, free the people. That's not right. Were you excited when Tiffany Stratton came out and talked about Tiffy time about 15 times? And
I don't know.
You're not ready for this one?
And Jade. We got Jade, right? I don't know. I'm not even sure where we're going with this, because that's not even what we're getting technically yet. Right? It was interjected with just a random Trish Stratus, which was looking good, coming back looking pretty good. Can't hate on that.
She was taking Tiffany's whole shtick too. I mean, she was wearing the pink. She had a excessive amount of makeup and plastic on her. That's that's Tiffany's thing. That's not.
Yeah.
No offense, Ludwig Kaiser, but that's just.
Well, apparently they're not. I had heard rumblings through the IWC that they're not together anymore.
Oh, really?
And there was some other little things with Charlotte Flair, like cryptic messages, allegedly. So there might have been something to it, or it caused something as things kind of happen and doing life, and.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like you being my little splunker that tells me what's really going on, because I have no clue. See, listen, I'm living in the world of WWE.
Yeah. I mean, don't quote me. Don't go,
Please don't.
What? Don't. You could quote me, but if you're gonna go off my facts, it's not any more accurate than Dave Meltzer. Yeah. So he says just as much rumor. So in the end, you might as well get your facts and your real information from Drive Through Jim Cornette, and then you can't go wrong. Then you will be fine. Or go to Busted Open. I don't know.
Combat Jones gets all of his info from Wrestling Observer newsletter, so just take everything what he says with a grain of salt. But this is going to set up Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's world title at Evolution, which I'm not 100% mad at, because
it's not bad. It's a decent matchup. It makes sense in some sense.
It's like the evolution of Trish Stratus being a OG kind of women's wrestler that kind of put women's wrestling and WWE on the map as being more than just bra and panties matches. And because we got shortchanged with Liv Morgan getting hurt and not having a Nikki Bella Liv Morgan match, maybe this is kind of the supplement that. I would have liked to see Lita. Maybe Lita's going to be involved in the Battle Royal.
The Battle Royal.
Fan, so.
Yeah. Who knows who we'll get for the Battle Royal?
Oof.
Be interesting,
Maybe Brie Bella comes out to join Nikki Bella in the Battle Royal.
Right, because Nikki Bella had that promo, She had a little promo on Raw, bringing up Liv, even though Liv's not there, and it showed the whole package of what Liv did with her, with the Oblivion. Shout out to Liv, baby. Yeah. Light your candles.
I was going to say the little memorial for Liv.
Yeah. I got a shrine just like that for her.
I was gonna say.
If she wants to see it, I can unzip my pants. Yeah. Yeah.
You buy
Pray.
a pair of reused panties on buymeacoffee.com or something, or
Get on your knees and pray.
man, oh man.
Oh my God.
Kombat Jones would like Liv Morgan to put him in a roll up. Man.
Right. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy, man. T's and P's to Liv Morgan. Actually, I'm actually missing her on the TV. Because
really?
I really like having something on the TV that I want to see someone smack the taste out of their mouth, and with her gone, there's very few options for me right now. So
that's what people are saying. They're missing the absence of Liv Morgan. They're starting to appreciate what she really brought to the table. You know,
Yes.
that she was kind of carrying the women's division, you know, week to week and stuff going on there. She brings the drama, she brings the heat, and she brings the star power. They built her up to be that. And things really were revolving around her for the last year or two, to a certain extent, in a lot of ways, for the women's division. You can't deny that one way or another. You can't deny it.
I can, but
can't.
just
You
for the
can't.
sake of Liv Morgan's speedy recovery and just to save you from going crazy today, I won't deny it, but you know I'm thinking it. You know I'm thinking it.
No.
So we got Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso kind of in the main event. They defeated Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, and then had a beatdown from Tonga Loa and Hikaleo after the match. So I guess Jimmy's going to team up with Jacob here. Slow burn on this one. I want to see the Usos reunite with Jacob, but we're slow burning this.
They put Jacob through the table. Yeah.
What do you think of Hikaleo, man? Or I'm sorry, Longa Tonga.
Daddy
Loa Tonga?
Daddy long
Longa
leg
Tonga.
Daddy long leg Tonga. Hikaleo, Hiccup the Hiccup Man. I don't know.
He got a long leg?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I think them Samoans, yeah.
They must, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
They have like 30 kids.
Or their
each.
money
Something's
is
gotta
long.
be going on.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I mean, he's a big dude. He's a powerhouse, you know. I guess he'll fit in just fine. We haven't seen him wrestle yet. We haven't seen him in a match yet, so I guess that's remains to be seen. But Solo cut a pretty good promo backstage before that all happened. Like, Solo's been getting it. We've becoming bigger fans of Solo. I feel like everybody has, to a certain extent, and Jacob's kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Here and there, so he's got to kind of build and add on that, I think, to add some more dimension to his character, rather than just say, "Oh, gas, no brakes, yada I mean," every time. But Solo's helping him. Solo's helping him in this aspect, which we kind of thought that Jacob was kind of going to take off, but Solo having the belt, and of course SmackDown was pre-taped. And it was July 4th when it aired, so he cut a good promo for that, being United States champion. So,
yeah, I think Jacob's better suited as a heel, but I'm kind of trying to ride this wave here of him being a baby. Like, the fans chose him,
right?
So it's like hard to. You had to turn him face at some point, but man.
But even though it was pre-recorded, I understand that, and they're doing what they had to do for all this. But we are on the lead up to SummerSlam. We are less than a month away. It was pre-taped, but we didn't hear from John Cena.
Nope.
That was the main event with Solo and Jacob. So I was a little disappointed, and same with Raw to a certain extent, because we still got no John Cena. We still got no CM Punk, really. We had got mentions and chants for CM Punk and the OTC, Roman Reigns, but
yeah. I mean, everybody knows it's going to be Cena and Cody at SummerSlam. I think he's only got 13 dates left, so I think they have to be sparing with it. I think they kind of overshot that a little bit. So,
Yep,
I don't know, but the OTC mentioned, like you said on Raw, they had Seth Rollins' group come out with, he's not the wise man anymore, he's the Oracle, Paul Heyman.
That's what they called him, the Oracle?
The Oracle, yes.
Oh, yeah. Wow. We're in the Matrix now.
I was going to say, shout out Neo.
Shout out Neo, yeah.
Did you like Paul Heyman? And he did. He mentioned the OTC, and I like how fired up. Like he went to hand Seth Rollins the microphone, and Braun Breaker took it, and his voice cracked a couple times trying to drop a promo about how much he hated Sami Zayn. And
yeah, at the end when he was trying to like act like he was getting real upset, he was kind of yeah. No wonder why Cora Jade dumped his ass.
Jesus. And
Elena Black. I'm sorry. Yeah.
You got all the hot scoops. I don't know any of that.
Yeah.
Then Bronson Reed cut a little bit of a promo, and I think he kind of needs a little bit more fire in his voice. He was good with what he said, but he was very kind of somber in his tone. What about Paul Heyman cutting that promo in Spanish on Penta?
Oh, yeah. We'd almost have to bring Monty in to give us a shout out to Monty with Mi Casa Su Casa. We had to have him bring him in to tell us what he was saying. I don't know.
The level of cultural appropriation in this company is getting out of hand. We have Dominic and Damian Priest that used to speak in Spanish. They pushed him aside for the whitest guy on the show, Paul Heyman, to cut a promo in Spanish, and he ate once at El Caliente's, and all of a sudden he thinks he's fluent. So I'm not exactly sure.
It's almost like they should have brought Tony Hinchcliffe in to do commentary for the show in Puerto Rico. You know? Yeah.
Man, but that set up the matches for later on. Braun Breaker was against Sammy, Bronson Reed was against Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins was against Penta, and they had a clean sweep Seth Rollins group, all three victories. But the story of it was, on the way out to the ring, Sami Zayn was doing a little promo backstage, and Scarlett came in and gave him the menacing eye backstage, and while he was coming out to the ring, he didn't quite get to the ring because he got met with a little bit of opposition, huh, Kombat Jones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Karrion Kross hit Sammy with his big black pipe. And then Adam Pearce had to put his hands on that big black pipe and throw it too. Luckily, audience member didn't get hit. Yeah.
I was gonna say, that's the biggest round thing that's been in your hands in a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh man, but Sammy got beat up by Karrion Kross to a roaring applause. Man, oh man, Karrion Kross is over, huh? And then and then for us American fans, we didn't get his little promo in front of the crowd on our TV. Right. We had to watch it on the internet, and the crowd was just roaring, "We want Kross."
They were roaring for "We want Kross" too when he was beating up Sammy with the pipe.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah. Which, is kind of like, but we're going to let this one go. This is the exception we're going to let go because we love Karrion Kross and the audience wants it too. And it seems like we are going to get him. It seems like we're getting it. I don't think they're playing games. I think
no. And you got to give him a lot of credit because like an LA Knight or like a Jey Uso and now like a Karrion Kross, he kind of built himself. Like, Jey Uso was kind of pushed and he was with the whole bloodline thing, but LA Knight kind of built his own brand and they call him the self-made superstar, or self-made megastar. Like
he got over, but they put him over also with the chant. He has the, and the catchphrase and everything. And they did put him over. They put him in the main event against Roman Reigns. They put, Karrion Kross completely built himself up.
Yes,
he completely built himself. They did not do that. He did that organically for the most part. From what it looks like to me, especially with those promos and then putting his own money to put out this own documentary and all these little things and not even having these matches to be able to take that and spin it into something that becomes a full storyline and you have the whole arena chanting your name.
Yeah.
Like, you're more over than LA Knight to a certain extent, organically, in my opinion, I think.
Yeah, and it's wild. He's got his autobiography coming out soon. And I'm just going to say this right now to the IWC. Remember this now for when he gets over, who you were pushing, because all of a sudden when he gets over, everybody's going to turn on him and say that, oh, he ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that, because that's what the IWC does. They cheer somebody until they get over, then boo them and say they're overrated. Like, I'm tired of it. It happened with Cody
Right.
Rhodes. It happened with Roman Reigns to a certain extent. It happened with Jey Uso. It happened with all these people. Oh, push this person, push that person. Oh, we want this person, we want that person. As soon as they get over, now all of a sudden they're like the most hated person in professional wrestling. Like, remember that when Karrion Kross goes to the top.
And remember this, Ringside Renaissance. We want Kross.
That's right.
And we want the devil you know rather than the devil that you don't.
Man,
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
And we're going to get what we wanted. Yeah.
Man, I can't wait, man. Karrion Kross is something different. What did you think about the Kabuki Warriors reuniting on Raw?
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
Kabuki! Oh, yeah.
Really yeah. Adam Pearce
I
doing his
love
dance.
Yeah, it's a little bit ridiculous, but
yeah.
I'm a big Asuka fan, but like it's kind of cool to see them reunite a little bit. But I was really hoping we'd get Asuka and Io at some point. But hey, you know what? I think that if anyone's going to take the titles from Raquel and Roxanne at Evolution, I think it's going to be the Kabuki Warriors. That'd be kind of cool. And it's an established women's tag team that would hold the titles instead of a team that's just put together. So
that's I can see that happening for that reason. Why? Because Raquel and Roxanne are kind of have to be the champions now at this point. Mm-hmm. But it could go a lot of ways because it's kind of like a fatal 4-way tag match. So yeah, and they didn't really earn their spot to a certain extent, which is kind of weird. I thought they were going to have some type of tournament for each team to get into the fatal 4-way, which they kind of made it seem like the week before, like you kind of had to earn your spot, which is like whatever. But I was going to say, if Kairi Sane, if somehow Roxanne ended up coming out of that match hurt, I was going to say, okay, I'm not going to suspend my disbelief. This is not a coincidence, and this is not it is a conspiracy. And for a second, I thought Roxanne was hurt again. I got hurt this time from Kairi Sane again. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You got to take your tinfoil hat off, bro. UFOs are real. JFK. It was a setup to get him killed, but Kairi Sane is not hurting people in the ring. That's a little bit.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Then we had an in-ring with Bayley, Lyra, and Becky ahead of their match at Evolution for the Women's Intercontinental title. I didn't really like this at all. It seems like all three of them are playing the heel.
Really? This was one of my favorite parts of Raw.
It just seems like all three of them, like, which one's the baby face? They're all like making little snide comments at each other. They're all like trying to like hit each other when they're not paying attention. It's like,
it seemed like they're almost trying to turn Lyra at points to a certain extent, or they're just giving her more attitude, or just making her more established in that sense. But Bayley, it seemed like she's more of the baby face to a certain extent too.
Yeah.
I was like, she's ready to call her, and then she did it. I was like, hell yeah! I was like, yes, thank you, Bayley. Thanks for taking the PG off for once.
I gotta say though, I was a little bit critical a few weeks ago, but this is probably my favorite Becky since the Man Becky, because
for sure, without a doubt.
When she was walking out to the ring and Adam Pearce was with the New Day wearing their all black
their funeral attire,
because they were mourning the loss of being champions, and Becky walked by and just like straight laced just said sorry for your loss and just walked away. I said that was a killer. I don't know if it was improv or what it was, but it just added to it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a little bit over the top and silly until she did that, and I thought it was hilarious. So
it's my favorite Becky Lynch since the beginning. Original Becky Lynch, the man character. For sure. The favorite heel part. Not when she came back and stole the title from Bianca and all that dumb shit. This is the real best heel Becky that we've had. For sure.
And I'm glad she finally stepped up back into this role, because ever since she stopped being big time Beck, Seth Rollins stopped stealing her clothes, and he's wearing
that's true.
A little bit different attire lately.
The Oracle is somewhat helping him, maybe, or Bronson Reed or Braun Baker. They still don't have a name for their faction, Maybe they're
that
going
we've
to
been
start
told,
calling
yeah.
it the agency, or or Mr. Anderson, or the Matrix. I don't know. Yeah, they all took the red pill. Yeah,
That's gonna be so cool.
they're red pill guys. Yeah. It seems like Becky, Bailey, and Lyra all kind of got over to a certain extent in the promo, but I liked the fire from Bailey. I liked her taking a little bit of the PG-ness off of her character and willing to kind of clap back at Lyra. And then Lyra's got the attitude now. Like, she ain't letting it go. She's at a different level than she was. She ain't just all happy to be there and all happy-go-lucky and nice. Like, she's like, nah, So I respect that. Yeah.
You respected the Bailey clap back. Would you rather have she clap that BBL? Like,
oh baby, yeah. I let Pam go this time. Pam got a pass this week. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the match of the night for Evolution.
Swing!
Anyway, I really think that's going to be the one that.
Yeah.
Swing.
Swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be the match for Evolution for sure. And then we had a final kind of confrontation between Gunther and Goldberg to set up Saturday night's main event after Gunther's been giving him a lashing of the tongue for the last couple of weeks without Goldberg even showing up.
Yeah.
It's funny how Goldberg doesn't show up to the arena until Gunther gets in the ring and starts talking about him. Then all of a sudden, that's when Goldberg shows up to the arena in his muscle car.
Oh, yeah. Showed up in a muscle car. It was on steroids. Yeah. Yeah. They should check that car for enhancement drugs, or whatever the hell you call them.
It's almost like he was watching Netflix on his phone and waiting for Gunther to start talking about it before he pulled in. Like,
how do I work this thing? This ain't cable TV. How do I adjust this antenna? Yeah. Goldberg still on his CB radio in his car. Yeah. Shout out to the ghost.
So they're billing this as Goldberg's final match. So
yeah.
We'll see what happens. I really hope he doesn't win, man.
Nothing solves everything more than just a punch to the face.
Yeah. Boy, he came in and he saw Gunther real quick. And there's people online like really upset that Gunther's kind of like acting like afraid of Goldberg. Like, he's the heel. What is he supposed to do? Like,
he kind of goes back and forth with it. That's what he does. He has his moments. He sells it, Like,
yes, exactly.
He gets those moments of like, oh shit, what am I in here for? When I've been kind of overcompensating or underestimating these people. He's done. He did it with Jay. He does it. He's done it with about a lot of people.
With Pat McAfee even.
With Pat McAfee, yeah. And then the week before, we seen CM Punk even shove him down. And he kind of got that look on his face like, what the hell is going on here?
Stay out of my business.
I seen why you got kicked out of the last company. Like, it's all making sense now. Like, nobody likes you backstage. I see why. Yeah, I don't like you either now. You lost one more friend backstage. Yeah.
Yeah. You have been reading Dave Meltzer's reports, haven't you?
I have, yes. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Yeah.
Oh man. So that was the week of SmackDown and Raw, which leads into this weekend that we've been talking about.
What about El Grande Americano?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Gracias.
A German man playing an American luchador.
It was a hell of a match too with Dragon Lee. They were going hard. Grande took some bumps from Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee wasn't playing around.
Yeah, I couldn't believe. I never thought I'd ever see Kaiser not doing that little slutty shuffle around that he usually does. Like,
well, he's doing the whatever. They all keep their. Are we going to get El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano at some point?
Or I was thinking them as a tag team.
A tag, like. Give it to me.
If Kaiser's
give it to me, baby.
Kaiser starts doing the thank you in German, I'm gonna lose it.
That would be good.
Top notch.
That would be good. Yes.
Top notch.
Gracias.
From
the Gulf of Germany, the Gulf of the Rhine River. Yeah.
Nice geography there.
Thank you. Yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
A river, ocean, yeah.
Gotcha.
Whatever ocean is next to Europe or Germany. I don't, yeah.
I think the Atlantic, buddy.
Atlantic. You got other ones too, or is it just the
Indian Ocean? I think that's more south.
Ooh,
there's a bunch of oceans, isn't there? There's the Arctic Ocean.
They call that the native ocean now. Watch your mouth.
Oh, dude. Oh,
that's the indigenous ocean. Yes.
Is it? No,
no,
because
that's the
it's
other
right
one.
near
Never
India,
mind.
so it is the Indian Ocean, my friend.
You're right.
Yes,
you're right.
I got you.
Oh, thank you. You almost saved me a trip to cancellation land again.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yes.
We're not okay with Christopher Columbus. So
yes,
this weekend of pro wrestling, we have a whole stacked card of counter programming that we're going to see. We have also NXT Great American Bash this weekend, but there's only 3 matches announced for that so far as of time of this recording. So we're really going to talk about that much. But Saturday nights,
bringing up NXT, shout out to Carmelo Hayes and Kalani Jordan, huh? Mm-hmm. Hey, there's another one for you. I don't know if you knew that one. But yeah, I believe they either got engaged or tied the knot, one or the other. Yeah.
Oh, it was Carmelo Hayes. Okay, I saw Kalani Jordan got engaged, but I didn't know who she was with. So,
yep.
Okay. Hey, and shout out Sid from Slipknot. He proposed to Kelly Osbourne this weekend as well during Ozzy Osbourne's farewell show. So,
hey, anything can happen, ladies and gents. Like, anything is possible. If Mercedes Monet can end up with the Beast Mortos, you have a shot with anybody. So keep dreaming, people.
I was gonna say,
scary.
I was gonna say with Mercedes Monet and Beast Mortos, it was Beauty and the Beast. But after I saw Mortos without a mask, which one is really the Beast? Man,
I don't know if I want to do that. I haven't done that yet. I haven't seen that.
I haven't been able to get out of my head since Jim Cornette said Mercedes Monet looked like Joe Camel. Like, I have not been able to get that image out of my head. Every time I see her, I think of Camel cigarettes. It just makes me laugh.
Seeing her track record, she's a good person. She dates based on personality, apparently. Like, shout out to Mercedes Monet.
No, her personality sucks, so maybe she has to get someone else's to help hers.
That's true.
Saturday night's main event. Hopefully, we get Jesse the Body Ventura that doesn't know what he's talking about there again.
Yes.
I would even like to see Pat McAfee return for Saturday night's main event. That'd be kind of cool. I think he adds a different element to it, especially him kind of back and forth with Jesse the Body Ventura. But we do have 3 matches for it.
We're going to Atlanta.
Going to Atlanta for
We're
3
ready.
matches.
This Saturday.
Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre, as we talked about earlier. Probably going to be the match of the night as far as wrestling goes.
Right.
I think Drew McIntyre needs this win. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I picked that too.
Did you?
The Scottish psychopath, being bored at work again. Yeah. Give it
I'd love to see a big performance. I'd like to see him not only beat Randy Orton, but kind of beat him down. You know what I mean? Like an aggressive
punt kick, a couple claymores to the head.
A couple claymores,
Claymores.
It doesn't make sense. Randy Orton's not allowed to do the punt kick anymore, but Drew McIntyre can do the claymore, which is essentially the same thing.
He's only allowed to. Yeah, he's only allowed to, do it in his own type of way. Yeah, he's only allowed to try to do it. Yeah, and then have a moral compass kick in and prevent him from doing it.
Oh, okay, because he's not.
He teases it,
He's not on the dark side anymore, so he can't do it. Okay, I got you. I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
What a coming out party for LA Knight. I mean, obviously Seth Rollins is going to win this match and people are going to complain that LA Knight got buried, but you're facing essentially one of the top 3-4 guys in the company right now on Saturday night's main event. Like, that's
I
not
am
being
the
buried.
top wrestler in the world right now.
I like Seth Rollins right now. Like, I'm really.
Yeah, no, you can't deny his greatness. You know, he's carried the company. You can't say he ever puts on a bad match. He always gives his all. He always goes all in his matches. Like, even if he annoys the hell out of me sometimes, even if there's fans in the audience wearing CM Punk shirts on camera, singing his song loud when he comes out and annoys the hell out of me, they don't, unloyal pieces of trash. Posers. Yeah. Yeah. CM Punk forever. Chicago forever.
Seth Rollins got to win this match, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Unless, will we get some type of interference maybe from CM Punk or something? Or
maybe.
Probably not Roman
Knight's,
Reigns, but yeah.
Yeah, no. LA Knight's gotten the upper hand on Rollins the past couple of weeks, though, so that's making me think that Rollins is going to get the revenge here and win.
He hit him with the BFT. Yeah, Rollins got over on Penta, which was a decent match. Penta got a main event shot out of it on Raw. You know, yeah.
Seth freaking Rollins for the win.
Seth freaky Rollins.
Then we got what everybody's talking about, the World Heavyweight Championship, a retirement match. Goldberg's first match since 2022, I believe, versus the champion Gunther in Goldberg's hometown, and his retirement match. I guess if he wins, that might change things, but I don't think he's going to win here.
Yeah,
I honestly think Gunther's going to win this match, and it's going to be Goldberg's retirement match. Retiring in your hometown.
Yep.
I think that's just the way to go.
I hope that's how it goes. Yeah. If Goldberg wins, I will shit a brick. No. I will not be
Goldberg
happy
to win now.
Goldberg. Yeah. Yeah, I hope Gunther wins, and I think he can just give some respect to Goldberg at the end of the day, and Goldberg will take off. Well, I would say just take off his boots, his wrestling boots, but I don't know if he wears wrestling boots, if he even wrestles technically. So he can take off whatever he has on and leave them in the ring and walk out and ride off into the sunset in his jacked up Corvette or whatever muscle car that is, and go back home to his hometown of Atlanta and his Charger. Yeah, with his sons there. But or Gunther can slap the shit out of his sons in the front row, or it's going to be a squash match, and Goldberg's going to get a quick win. Like I said on last episode, if Goldberg wins, it's got to be within like the first 1, 2, 3 minutes. If not, Gunther's definitely winning. He's choking his ass out, and then he's going to shake his hand and give him respect, and that's what's going to happen.
I think that's what's going to be, like he did with Pat, just kind of bow out, because then like it'll give Goldberg that moment to stand in the ring and kind of get his last ovation before he walks out, And
Yep.
Please, God, please let Gunther win this match.
Yeah.
Oh,
who knows what the hell is next? Like, is Punk going to show up to interfere with the Seth match at the end? Punk push Gunther? Or are they going to build, like, people were saying they're building Punk versus Seth again for SummerSlam, but it's just like the build, man. It's just like this SummerSlam coming up. Like, the build last year was way bigger for SummerSlam leading into it, and I feel like, and we got a 2-night SummerSlam this year, and there's barely much build to it yet, like for what matches we're getting or anything. Maybe they're holding it off to keep it kind of a secret. Besides knowing that we have Cody and Cena, there's no other matches that are announced for SummerSlam yet, right? Or no, Jade?
Yeah, Jade against the women's champion,
Jade against, but...
Tiffany, I guess.
And then probably we'll get Sammy and Karrion Kross, most likely, you would think, or something with Karrion Kross, hopefully. I'll be there. I'll be able to I'll see and not see John Cena for the first and last time ever. Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. You're going to get one of the shirts?
I don't know about that.
So Sunday we have Women's Evolution. I'm actually excited for this. I'm actually pretty pumped for a lot of the matches. We talked about it earlier, Becky, Bayley, and Lyra in a triple threat for the Women's Intercontinental title match. I think Becky's going to retain the title here. I don't think that...
Yep.
I think it doesn't make sense to take the title off her yet. I think that the feud boiling over between Lyra and Bailey is going to get in the way, and Becky's going to come in and steal the win.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, I think so too. I think so
right.
too. Yep.
Man, we're thinking a lot of the same things today here, man. Wow.
I agree.
It's exciting.
And I think...
do you like men?
Yes, I love men.
Oh, look at us.
I'm a guy's guy. I'm a guy's guy. Yeah.
Constantly agreeing.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this until I looked it up. I must have missed it on SmackDown. Jade versus Naomi in a no holds barred match.
Okay. Which is interesting because it's like, I almost would like to see Naomi win to kind of get one over on Jade, but at the same time, Jade's got to go to SummerSlam and look like a worthy opponent, and she's the queen of the ring.
Yes.
And she's going for the championship, so it's like she has to win, or else she's going to lose momentum to a certain extent, right? Unless we get some type of interference by somebody that's like a champion or Bianca or something. No,
Bianca would be interesting.
Unless she's hurt, like people. I don't know.
Yeah. I was thinking Jade wins this match, and then what we've talked about before, Jade wins at SummerSlam, and then Naomi cashes in on her quick and then takes the title from her at SummerSlam. That's her revenge.
Okay. That's what I like. I like that. Yeah.
So I think Jade's going to win this match, like you just said, and I agree with it completely. To your point, is that Jade needs to look big as Queen of the Ring going into SummerSlam for the title. I see Jade winning this match. Tiffany Stratton against Trish Stratus for the Women's World Championship, the WWE's Women's whatever the championship is that Tiffany Stratton has. Right. I think she's retaining the title. Trish Stratus isn't going to win this title.
No, I agree. And to bring it back real quick, Bianca Belair did suffer an injury at WrestleMania 41. She broke a few fingers or broke fingers, so she had to have, I believe, I don't know if she had surgery on her or not, but that's what her injury was. So I don't think she could be out too long then in that sense. But going back to what you said, Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, it's got to be Tiffany Stratton. We're not going to get Trish Stratus versus Jade or whoever Jade picks, right? That's who Jade's going for is that champion,
Tiffany
right?
Stratton, yeah.
Tiffany Stratton, yeah. So it's which is an interesting match in itself.
Yeah.
Because we're babyface to a certain extent right now, what we're doing, or Tiffany's kind of back and forth with her thing because the crowd kind of goes for her and then they kind of don't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll have to heel it up for that. I think Trish is going to be the obvious crowd favorite there. So
yeah.
But Tiffany's going to keep that title. I don't think there's any
doubt. Yeah.
Chance. Yeah.
No.
The Battle Royal for a future World Championship match. I don't even know who's fully in this, so I'm not even going to try to predict who's going to win it.
That's what I'm most excited for because we don't know. Will we get AJ Lee? Making the people happy. Lita, yeah. Could get a lot of stuff.
Remember
obviously.
Jacqueline? Maybe Jacqueline comes back.
Jacqueline, yeah. We know we're getting Nikki Bella, right?
Yeah. Ivy Nile.
Ivy Nile, yep, declared. Was told she's in it after she said she wanted to be in it. Yeah. Who do you think will win? Because they said whoever wins gets a title shot at Clash in Paris.
So, so a world heavyweight. So Io Sky's the world champion. So and Rhea's facing her. So who would be a good opponent against Io or Rhea? That has been maybe Bianca returns there.
Yeah,
Bianca to win the Battle Royal. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not even going to make a prediction because there's so much that could happen in that, and there's so many like mystery people. How many people are total in the Battle Royal to begin with?
Yeah, and Clash at Paris happens after SummerSlam, I believe, in late
so
August.
A lot can happen.
Yeah, and you think you would do like Bianca versus Rhea at SummerSlam or something like that, if that's what you're going to do, or oh man, yeah. The Battle Royal though, that's what I'm interested to see who we're going to get. Everybody just wants AJ Lee. We want all these other people, but we seen what she posted. If she's teasing it or not, we will see. Maybe what a big deal it would be, though.
maybe Mrs. Ms. Maurice comes back and wins because she's from Paris, right? And
That's what I was thinking.
from
Like, could it?
France.
Could it have something to do with somebody like that's from there? And that's what I was thinking. Who's from there? And if she is from there, well, yeah, that's possible, I guess. Yeah.
What's going to be possible is the Judgment Day, not Liv Morgan. Raquel
Right.
Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defend their tag titles against Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, Sol Roca and Zarya, or the Kabuki Warriors.
Soul Ruka. She'll hit the Soul Snatcher. Who is it? Soul Ruka and who?
Zarya?
Oh, Zarya. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
I can never remember her name. She's a good wrestler, but I can never remember her name.
It was kind of interesting dynamic between Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Kind of them putting them together and how they had that match, and they she like hugged her for a second, and then she did, and then she's like, I was like, what are you doing, Charlotte? Like, she's interesting. She's interesting to say the least.
Yeah. I think Kabuki Warriors are going to win this match and be the
Think so.
new women's tag team champions. Yeah.
I'm going to go. No, I wanted to go Charlotte and Alexa Bliss just to be different and out of there. But I'm going to say Raquel and Roxanne retain. The Judgment Day retains and keeps the gold. So they can keep a storyline going backstage and still have the titles for leverage for Liv and the storyline going on. So that all the Judgment Day can kind of keep the gold going in that sense.
I like it. I don't like it enough to predict the same as you, but I like it.
Right.
Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. This is interesting because they've been building it. Rhea can never beat Io. She's never beaten her in a match in her career.
Right.
You would think that there needs to be a title change, like a big title change in this kind of the Evolution thing, but I'm going to say no. I think Io Sky is going to pull this off, and she's going to retain the championship.
Really? I kind of want Io Sky to win, but I think they need Rhea to win so she can kind of ride in SummerSlam as a champion and then have her go up against Bianca maybe or I don't freaking know, man. Who would she even fight if she's the champion? Who's Io even gonna fight at SummerSlam at this point? Like who's a good opponent that you would build up for a main event caliber style match for SummerSlam with Io Sky or Rhea? They don't. There's not much storylines going on around unless you're gonna do like a turn with Asuka and versus Io or something like that.
Asuka, Io, and Kairi in a triple threat.
A triple threat, yeah.
Oof.
Then they ain't winning them tag team go.
Nah, I think Io's going to win this. I don't know what's going to go on for SummerSlam. Maybe they won't have a women's world title match at SummerSlam, and they're going to save it for Clash in Paris.
They got 2 nights, and they ain't gonna.
They had 2 nights of WrestleMania. They didn't have some titles on the line. So.
I wonder how many matches we're gonna have per night at SummerSlam too. That's it's
a lot of commercials probably on Peacock.
I'll be sitting there for all of them, unfortunately. Yeah. I hope I'm not sitting there in the first night wishing I went to see Tony Hinchcliffe at the SummerSlam after party show. That's all I got.
So you got Rhea Ripley? You think who's gonna win this?
Yeah, hell. Screw it. I'm going with Rhea Ripley. Mommy.
Wow.
Mommy on top for Evolution. Yep.
JC Jane, the champion, defends her NXT championship against Jordynne Grace, which I think is interesting because they have Great American Bash, but I wonder if they have the NXT women's title at Great American Bash, but I guess not. But I'm going to say this is going to be the big title change. Jordynne Grace is going to become the new NXT women's champion. I think they signed her. They wanted big things for her.
Yeah.
She's probably the biggest women's name in NXT right now. And I think setting up between her and the artist formerly known as Mariah May.
Yeah, and she's kind of taken some weird L's too, Jordynne Grace, to a certain extent since she's got there. She's kind of missed out on a couple titles, like even losing to Roxanne Perez a couple times and this and that for titles or whatever it was and stuff like that. So I think this is finally her time that she's going to get the title now, and it kind of makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, Mariah May, whatever she called now. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, it's interesting dynamic with what we heard backstage of how they wanted her. Who was it? Road Dogg Jesse James was kind of talking right backstage, saying that he wanted her to kind of be more babyface, and she went out there and she's still kind of cutting like heelish AEW promos, and it's going to take a little while for her to adjust. Kind of, I don't know if that's just dirt sheet stuff, but allegedly that's what I saw. Yeah, that she needs to adapt, and that she yeah, they're giving her
start
time.
calling you Combat Dirt Sheets.
Dirt sheets, yeah.
I got some. You got all the insider information.
Yeah.
Especially with Mariah May, you want to be inside her.
Dirt sheets are all stained up. Yeah.
Are you
swing? Yeah.
Are you ready, sickos? Are you ready, James? We're doing it. We're gonna talk about.
Do it.
AEW All In.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go all.
All In. AEW All In Texas is this Sunday counter programming women's evolution.
Counter program.
Shout out to them for doing a 20,000 person gate. I'm sure you guys are all proud.
Hey, at least they letting the veterans in for free and this and that, giving out tickets and helping
I'm sure
out.
They'll let out a few more thousand free tickets to have a better attendance number. But
will you pay for my plane ticket also?
Yeah, right.
Give me a ticket and a plane ticket, and I will go there. I will take the time out of my day. You don't have to pay for the time; just pay for the ticket, the plane ticket. I'll get the hotel, I guess.
I'm a veteran in the war on drugs. Do I get a ticket to go?
Right? Yeah.
Oh man! So they start out with the women's and men's casino gauntlets. I don't really know who's in the women's. I know that was it Mystico and Mark Briscoe and MJF have been announced for the men's gauntlets. I'm gonna say MJF's gonna win that match. Our boy MJF, like the savior of AEW, I think he's gonna win that match and have a future match.
Yeah, because whoever gets it gets a certified world title match for the AEW title. Yeah. A guaranteed, they said. Yep. One-on-one.
So I don't know who's going to win the women's casino match. That's kind of like a who's who. And they've got so many different women that are on and off AEW programming, like come in for a week or two, then they're off for 6 months. So I don't really. I
guess it depends who they want to either build and put all the way over to the top without a story right away, or who they want to get buried for no reason, and it's going to be one or the other. There's no in between for that storyline.
Yeah, but for the men's, I have to say MJF.
For sure. Yeah,
seems like that's his trajectory right now, and that's where he's going to go.
They seemed like they were doing better with the numbers, with everything when he was on top, maybe, and with the storylines and this whole storyline with the championship. What's been going on, it's kind of overstayed its welcome. I feel like, in my opinion, but other people are eating it up. Maybe still, I don't know, but I think it's time to turn the page again and bring back that boy from Long Island, our man MJF.
Better than you.
And you know it. Yeah. Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Woo.
We need him as the AEW champion.
The AEW tag team titles, the Hurt Syndicate defends their titles against the Patriarchy, Christian and Nick Wayne, and against Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey. I can't remember what they're fucking called, but it is what it is anyway. So I don't even really need to go over what's going to happen. Hurt Syndicate winning this match.
Syndicate.
I mean, come on now. They'd be stupid. Tony Khan, you'd be stupid not to have Hurt Syndicate lead with the titles. They are the most over thing in AEW right now.
Yep. And then with you got Max MJF helping them too, with MVP, to a certain extent, and that adds that dynamic. And the Patriarchy, I think we're headed toward obviously with a feud with Nick Wayne and Christian Cage.
Yeah.
You know, breaking that off sooner or later, and you know, Nick Wayne getting tired of Christian being his stepdaddy and screwing his mother. So, yeah, and then Jet Speed, their opponents. I mean,
Jet Speed, there it is.
Just
There
there
it
to
is.
get buried. So
To get the pin, to take the pin,
the pin. Yeah. So.
The TNT Championship, Adam Cole, baby, versus Kyle Fletcher. I think this is Kyle Fletcher's time. He needs to have a title.
Right, and we almost thought it was going to be Daniel Garcia, and they put up the match to determine that, and they put it on the line, and Kyle Fletcher came on top for that against Adam Cole, or against Daniel Adam Garcia. Cole against a dynamic dick, Daniel Garcia.
He broke it out too during the match. If you hadn't watched, he had that thing going, and Kyle Fletcher shut him down real quick. I like Kyle Fletcher. I really think that he's like a bright spot in AEW. I enjoy watching him. I think his promos are getting better. He looks good. He wrestles well. Like,
he's a great wrestler. Yeah.
I really enjoy Kyle Fletcher.
He's obviously a stick man if he can take down Sky Blue too. So he's got it going on. Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
I love that's how you judge if they're a good wrestler or not. Yes. Who they're taking on outside of the ropes.
He's over. Okay. Tony knows what's up. Yeah.
The Young Bucks, the EVP, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson versus Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland. Now, is this, they had mentioned it, if Matt and Nick Jackson lose, they lose their EVPs.
Was that announced? Was that part of the
I believe so. Last week, that was part of the promo.
I don't like that.
Got him into it. Yeah. So then it would be, I don't know if that means Swerve and Ospreay would be EVPs or if they just lose their title. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really been paying that close attention to it. Regardless of it, I think that Swerve and Ospreay win this match.
I want them to win. That's what I was going to say when you said they lose their EVP status. But does that mean they really lose their EVP status? No, it's probably just for part of the story. So it might make it kind of funny. But yeah, I was originally going to pick Ospreay and Swerve. I was actually going to wear my Swerve shirt. Yeah, I like Swerve. Even Ospreay, he's great in the ring. He's a great wrestler. He's great all around with what he does. Besides, I don't like how he talks shit about going to WWE, and all that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. They're going to put on a hell of a spot fest, a no-sell fest, if you will. But they're going to do their thing. They're gonna. It could steal the show. It could be one of those matches, for sure. That's what they do, and the Young Bucks are just getting annoying, and everybody wants to see them get their ass kicked at this point. But the EVP status thing, it's like one of them matches where you say, if you lose, you gotta leave the company or you're fired. You know what I'm saying? It's exactly like who's gonna win at that point. Like they're not leaving. So, but it could be an interesting dynamic going forward with them losing their power and having to do something. But and then Swerve and Ospreay, they can be champion for a while and then they'll lose and then they'll turn on each other and have another feud and restart that whole thing again.
Hopefully Ospreay doesn't burn down Swerve's new house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hopefully he's got a few now. Yeah, I wonder how his shoes sold. His Reeboks. Yeah, he's got that shoe money now, that Reebok money. Yeah, I think Swerve and Ospreay being tag team partners and champions, it would be a good thing. I think they could put on a good show, and I think they can work together very well in the ring.
You think they'd be EVPs if they won?
Yeah, they could be. They could make some funny matches and make some funny moments, but I think the dynamic and the moves they can do together, and I think they will have good chemistry as tag team partners because they've faced each other so much and every other promotions and even here, and yeah, I think they're going to do some wild spots. Now,
if you believe the AEW mole, he said that they're gonna the scuttlebutt backstage at AEW was that
our source
Will Ospreay, our source,
yeah,
is that Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay are gonna win and then realize that they're not good EVPs, then turn all of the power back over to Tony, and then Tony would be like the
then he's gonna show up again. Yeah.
But Jesus, I hope not, but he's going to.
Oh, Lord. Whatever happened to Jack Perry?
It's funny, huh? Thought he was over.
Where the hell is the scapegoat?
Thought he was over.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Maybe he returns it all in Texas.
Hey.
Maybe he's in the Casino Gauntlet match. For the AEW Unified Champion, the International Championship and the Continental Championship are being unified to be called the AEW Unified Championship. We have Okada versus Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega's got to win this match. He's got to be the inaugural Unified Champion, right? I mean,
yes, because Okada's had that belt for a long time now. Cha-ching! Yeah. And, I feel like he's gotten over on Kenny, and he's gotten over on a lot of people at this point. And Kenny, going back when he had got taken out by the Bucks and Okada and all them, and the put in the ambulance back months and months and months and months ago before his injury, and he had all the other injuries. Yeah, it's finally time for him to unify that championship of the different continents and just call it the Unified. We're going from a geography-based title to just a title of a title now. So whatever.
Okada, you're about to lose, bitch.
Yeah, we like Kenny though. We respect Kenny Omega. You can't hate on Kenny Omega. One of the recent history of
I'm a big Kenny Omega fan.
Yeah,
I'm a big Kenny Omega fan. I always want to see him win. I hope he's winning at life too. For the women's AEW Championship, Timeless Toni Storm defends her title against the TBS champion Mercedes Moné.
the queen of belts, the belt collector, Mercedes Moné. Yeah, the belt collector and the beast collector. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know who you think's going to win this, because I can tell you who I think's going to win and who I want to win are two different things.
Oh man. Oh Lord. I already know where you're going with it. Yeah, I'm on the same page with you. I think Mercedes Moné is going to I don't even want to say it. Mercedes Moné is going to win. I honestly don't want either to win. Now Toni Storm's been good and stuff, and she brought back the whole gimmick, and she, people love the gimmick, and she does the gimmick well, and she's had some decent promos and decent moments with Mercedes Moné leading up to this, but it just seems like too much for Mercedes Moné to finally have all. She's already got enough titles. And okay, give her the damn title and then start stripping them all away one by one and break her down completely. And then what will she do? Come back as a babyface? I don't understand where you go from here at this point. Or is she finally going to lose? Is she finally going to take a loss? And the only loss that she can take is from the biggest name woman in AEW at this point, being Toni Storm. Where do they even go with it? I don't. Then what does Toni Storm have left? Nothing. And then every belt and everything in AEW is Mercedes Moné. Where does she go from there? Who's gonna dethrone her at that point? What are we even doing? I don't get it.
I think this is the time where you and I got to sit here and seriously will this into existence. Toni Storm is going to retain the title.
She has to.
At All In.
Yes, we're going to.
She will. She will. It's not that she has to. She will.
Yes.
Toni Storm is going to win and give Mercedes her first loss in AEW.
She needs to, go heat and go right off the cuff like Hangman did to CM Punk and say, I'm not defending this title from you. I'm defending this company from you, or
Okay, here we go.
Go at her, even though she's not even from the company either. Technically, she came from NXT, WWE. I don't know.
That's funny,
man. If they were gonna let Mercedes win, I don't know why they wouldn't. She couldn't have lost the other titles first, and then built her up, and then have her take this title, and then she's the AEW Women's Champion. Why she got to be the belt collector and have every title? What? Lord have mercy. Like,
They already did that with Kenny. Like,
yeah,
it's,
like she
recycled.
wants to be the woman belt collector, and that's that. I guess that's what they're doing. It is what it is. But
it's not what's going to happen because Toni Storm's going to win that title. She's going to retain the title at All In.
right. But if she doesn't, she's got to have a downfall, and they got to take everything away from her. Like they took everything away from me. Even the Beast left me. I'm not even good enough for the Beast. Yeah.
Toni Storm takes the Beast from her too.
Right.
Oh wait, Toni Storm's not. She doesn't swing that way. I don't think.
Oh.
Anyway,
she'll go for Tony. I'll settle for you, Tony. Yeah.
The main event of AEW All In Texas for the World Heavyweight Championship in a Texas death match. The challenger Hangman Adam Page versus the champion Jon Moxley. And we know how Adam Page is with his Texas death matches. We know how stupid Jon Moxley is with his death match style. Somebody's seriously probably going to get hurt in this match.
They're going to bleed. They're going to bleed.
That's what I'm going to call it. The match is going to have to be stopped because somebody's going to have to be seriously hurt and have to be taken out.
I'm going to call it. They shouldn't even do it. They should come out bleeding. They should just, as their entrance, they should just bleed themselves right in front of the audience. I'm already bleeding, bitch. Yeah.
Hangman sucks up some of his blood in the syringe and then sticks it in Moxley.
Yes. Injects him with
Hangman blood.
AIDS. There's a cure for it now. It's okay. Yeah.
For the sake of time, Hangman Adam Page is winning this title, finally taking the title out of the briefcase and becoming the AEW World's Champion. That's what sets up Hangman Adam Page versus MJF.
MJF, yeah, exactly. That's what we need. We need MJF back in the picture, like we said. Yes, and finally the Death Riders will come to an end. We've seen Marina Shafir get tips don't lie. Got hit with the buckshot lariat. As Jon Moxley watched, and we'll finally get rid of that stupid belt in that briefcase.
That briefcase isn't even big enough to hold the belt. That's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Whatever. The reign of terror has come to an end. Hangman Adam Page, the savior of AEW from day one. If you've been watching since 2019, like us, a lot of people say we didn't. Hangman's always been that savior of AEW to be the champion. And
yes, he has. He saved it from Punk. He defended AEW from Punk. Yes. And they're in Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas. Texas is so great, and he is the self-proclaimed cowboy in a Texas death match that's from Virginia. Yes. Hopefully he wears his Virginia's for Lovers shirt when he comes out.
It is butterfly jeans.
But yeah,
okay.
Hangman's got to win,
But that was our predictions. What do you all think is going to happen? Let us know in the comments and give us a little love because we did cover a little bit of AEW today. We are pretty excited about it. That was kind of fun. It was actually interesting.
It was. Now I'm going to bury it all. Yeah. You wanted 16. You wanted a new 16 every episode from last week.
There we go.
The IWC wanted it. Well, they got it. Yo, I walked away W like a ghost with a vendetta. Tony twitching off the coke, throwing darts at vendettas. Mercedes Monet fell off. Now she booed with a beast. Martos, that man looked like Cain with a yeast feast. Osprey flashy with no soul in the syntax. Talk war, but couldn't even bomb on an 8-track. The Bucks rock fringe like they frontin' at Coachella. Wouldn't last a week in the era. Chin check fellas. Hangman in the main with Mox. Snorefest Deluxe. Both bleeding by a minute too. Call it Crimson Cox. Evolution 2. That's a PR patch. All hype, but the push don't match the scratch. Goldberg still dreaming. He 2K strong. But we see through the smoke like a Bray Wyatt song. Uncle Howdy's mask couldn't scare a fiend on meth. And the Wyatt 6 looked like a bunch of hot topic emo bitches found like death.
No.
Found dead. Whatever.
It don't matter what it is. You killed that, man. Oh, my God.
Lord have mercy.
We need to start a hashtag push Kombat Jones because that is just
Complex Jones,
hot
baby.
fire you're spitting.
I'm gonna have to step it up next week. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put a 16 together one of these times.
Okay.
Yeah, you say that now.
Okay.
Until I kill it.
Let's go it. Kill it, baby.
They're gonna call me the Mike Murderer because I'm gonna kill this thing, bro.
I love it. Man, we covered it all. We did everything this week. Give us a pat on the back. Oh my God. Amazing. Yes. Woo. Unbelievable. Yes. That was the time we had, and we did our thing. Yes. Oh my God. And that's what's up.
That's what's up.
And that's what's up. Yes. Yeah. You son of a bitch. Yes. Oh, what a lot of fun. We covered it all. AEW All In, our predictions, what we think's going to happen. WWE Evolution, WWE Smackdown, WWE Raw. What else? Saturday night main event. And then we're on the road, the lead to the biggest party of the summer, a 2-night event hosted by Cardi B. SummerSlam. Yes, we can't wait. We're going to see what happens. We can't wait for the lead to SummerSlam to see what the match card is going to be. We hope and pray Karrion Kross ends up on that thing. Same with CM Punk and maybe a return from Roman Reigns. And then we got Cody versus Cena. So we'll see what happens with all that, with the women's championships, and then what comes out of AEW All In, the biggest, their WrestleMania. You know, everything's bigger in Texas. We love Texas. Texas is a great state. Everything's free in Texas. Yes.
Everything's bigger except for the crowd size.
Exactly. Yes. I bring the crowd in Texas. Yeah. But shout out to everybody out there. Yeah. Some money, making money. And that's everything that's happening in the world of wrestling. That's all the drama. That's all the rumors. That's all our predictions. And that's all our spoilers. You heard it here, folks. And you wanted Ringside Renaissance, and that's what you got. And that's pretty deadly Jesse. Oh, my God. And I'm Andrew. Check. Kombat Jones. Complex Jones. And you've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Peace.